So, Dad,
What?
tell us about what it was like when you were a little kid, now that you're 89 years old.
Well, I'm 89 years old. I wish I was a little kid. Is that what you want to know?
Yeah, now tell us about your family life. What was you said your dad was really strict.
Yeah, I was. No, I had a good family life. My dad was strict, but I was from the old school. I was raised in the old school. When you sit down at the table, you didn't ask the dumb questions, and you asked to eat, and that was it. You did. Not like it is today. You come and go and running around and ranting and raving. You didn't shop on Sunday. You didn't. All the stores were closed on Sunday. You couldn't even go shopping when I was a kid on Sunday. No place to shop.
Cool.
Today people never know that.
No? What church did you go to? Did your dad take you to church?
You went to church in the morning, a Sunday school church, and come home and have dinner. Matter of fact, my dad wouldn't let my brother and I change our clothes. We couldn't go out and play football or baseball or anything else on Sunday. We had to strictly stay in the house and cleaned up. Oh, we could go watch, but we couldn't play.
Where did you go to church at?
Well, I used to take my grandmother to church. She went to the Free Methodist Church. I'd sit there and while the preacher would be preaching, she had her own pew. Nobody ever sat in the place where she sat. That was her chair. And she wasn't there. Nobody sat there anyway. That was where she was. That was her pew. And always would have to go to. They'd come to our house every so often on Wednesday night to prayer meeting. I'd have to stay there while everybody went to prayer meeting. Well, it was when I was a kid.
Wow, so
an entirely different situation than this today. Sunday was a holy day. I kept it a holy day.
It's the day of the Sabbath.
I didn't have any birthday parties until I got married.
How come?
My wife had my first birthday party.
So was your dad a Free Methodist?
No, my dad Presbyterian.
Why'd you go to a Free Methodist?
Because my grandmother went to my step-grandmother went to the Free Methodist Church. Oh yeah. And every Saturday night ritual. You'd take a bath on Saturday night and went to church on Sunday.
And you were in the middle, so you got to go before Skip. Or did they do Skip first?
What's that?
Give the bath.
No, I don't know. According to how what we're doing, who was doing what. Saturday night was a prime night on radio. They didn't have television when I was a kid. Prime night on radio. So we'd sit around and watch the prime radio shows like Amos and Andy and the Sinclair Minstrels and listen to all them programs, and then for about 4 hours, and then of course it would go off the air, like 10 o'clock, it was over with. They'd go off the air, they wouldn't be on the air all night.
Now where'd you go to the bathroom?
Huh?
Did you have indoor plumbing or did you go outside?
Oh, I didn't. Well, when I was just a toddler, I lived in a little town called Potterville. I had to go to the outhouse. So when we moved into the big city in Battle Creek, we didn't have running water.
Oh. Well, we saw that place in Potterville.
Yeah, you saw that place.
How old were you when you lived in Potterville?
I was going to kindergarten, at least kindergarten and first grade.
Now, do you remember where you lived before Potterville, or is that?
Yeah, I lived in Lansing, but we lived in I think we lived in an apartment house in Lansing.
Huh.
That's where Skip was born.
Yeah. Then from Potterville you moved to Battle Creek.
Battle Creek, and Battle Creek we moved to Detroit. River Rouge, actually. We moved to River Rouge and we moved to Allen Park.
And that's how you ended up going to Melvindale.
I went to Melvindale, and in Melvindale I could go to Melvindale or Allen Park or to Lincoln Park, either one. Some of the kids went to Lincoln Park High School, some went to Melvindale.
How'd you end up going to Melvindale? Just?
I don't know. I just went to Melvindale because I guess it was a little bit closer, I guess.
And what lovely maid did you meet at Melvindale?
How old were I in Melvindale?
No. What lovely maid did you meet at Melvindale?
Oh, I was about 10th grade, I think it was. About 10th grade I went there.
What, is that the first time you met Mom?
I met her, I played in a band and she was a drum majorette.
You didn't know her before that?
No. Then we played the band, I was in the band for about 2 years.
So
then we started dating off and on, just friends, you know. In those days, first days you date consisted of maybe 4 or 5 people going together, not just one person.
you groups. What
Like
is
a
groups?
group would go out as a group, you know. And then we got to high school, I mean, finish up in high school, then once in a while go out on a single date, but not too often. Then you had date the best girl to the dances and so forth.
So did you take her to the prom?
No, I went to my prom.
Oh, that's right. She was a year younger than you, right?
And she was younger than I was. So when I went to my prom, I took some girl in my class. And that was the way they did it. You kind of took the girls in your class to the prom.
Right.
You know, when she went her prom, I was in the service. So
Who'd she take to the prom?
I don't know if she even went. I couldn't tell you.
Were you jealous?
No.
No.
Then I come home one time. I got engaged. We were engaged for a couple of years, and then we decided to get married.
No, you got engaged while you were wounded, right?
We got engaged before. No.
Oh, that's before. Oh, okay.
I was engaged, and I went back, went overseas, and then I got wounded, and I was in the hospital, and I come back, and I was in the hospital. I got going on rehabilitation leave, and then I asked her if she wanted to she come up to visit me in the hospital with my girlfriend. And I said, well, she wants to go out of her way to visit me, and she likes that much, I'll ask her to marry me. So we were engaged, but I said, when do you want to set a date to get married? We went home and got married.
I thought you got engaged at the what's the name of that place?
Where?
At the burger place in Melvindale.
Oh, yeah, that's where I asked her to marry me. Yeah, I asked her to marry me behind a hamburger joint.
White Castle.
White Castle.
Yeah, I think should we put a plaque there, you think?
I don't know. They moved it back far, made a bigger area there.
Yeah.
So we were married. Good. Couldn't beat it.
Now, how long did you live in Melvindale before, or when you got married, where were you stationed at?
I got married. I was stationed in Detroit, in the Ford Motor Car Company.
Oh, that's right. Now, how long were you there before you got
transferred? For about a year and a half on limited duty, getting well. And when I got well, then I went back to sea again. The war was over by then.
Yeah. When did you?
We lived in a place called Norwayne, out in Wayne, Michigan. Norwayne, Michigan.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is.
We had a little house.
Okay. I was wondering when did you move from Michigan then?
When I moved from Michigan?
Yeah, to Bermuda. Did you go from Michigan to Bermuda?
Oh, no, I was on a board ship. I was aboard ship for a couple of years, and then I got off of there, and my rotation time for shore duty somewhere. So I put in for shore duty, and they give me Bermuda. Actually, I wasn't shore duty. I was assigned to an air squadron, and I flew air sea rescue out of Bermuda, and the whole family lived in Bermuda.
We were in Bermuda now, what, 2 years, right?
About 2 years in Bermuda, yeah.
Then transferred to Buffalo.
Huh?
Did we get transferred to Buffalo then after that? After Bermuda?
Buffalo? Yeah. Before that, we lived in Quonset Point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Quonset Point at?
Up in Rhode Island.
Okay, I don't remember that at all.
And then we went from... I don't think you were born then.
Well, I remember I was probably...
Jerry and Barbara were just little kids, and I lived in Quonset Point.
Okay, so you probably went to Quonset Point, then Bermuda.
We went Quonset Point to Bermuda,
And then Bermuda to Buffalo.
Yeah, and I ended up in Buffalo, New York, at the Reserve Center there, and I retired.
We came back to Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's our family history, or your history.
We had a good time.
We had a good time. So what about Mom attracted you the most?
For what?
What about Mom made you fall in love with her?
Oh, I don't know. Nice girl. Honest girl.
Pretty?
Very pretty. She's a very pretty girl. Well, I just fell in love because I just liked her. That's all. One of them, I guess.
She was willing to accept you.
I was willing to sacrifice for a woman. That right, Amy?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, when you got married, now you didn't have a very big wedding, did you?
No, we had a pretty good sized wedding. I guess maybe 75, 100 people.
Oh, really? And you got married at the Elm Park Presbyterian Church, right?
Yeah. Married by the regular minister that wanted to come back off of vacation and marry us, and I told him never mind. And I married us was our history teacher in high school. He was a doctor of divinity, and he married us.
What was his name?
Dr. Rice.
Oh, Dr. Rice. Yeah.
Dr. Rice.
Oh, was that the church your dad went to?
Well, we all went to Presbyterian Church when we went to it. We moved to Allen Park, we all went to the Presbyterian. My grandmother died, we all went to the Presbyterian Church then.
Wow. Well, very interesting. So,
then I went to the Navy, and I went to the Navy on my dad's birthday, September 20th, 1939.
He wasn't happy about you going to the Navy, was he?
Oh, yeah, he always happy about that part, sure. Oh, yeah. He didn't want me to work in the railroad. He didn't care about his work, but my stepmother died. Him and I were living alone at the time in the apartment.
Interesting. Well, that's neat. What, where were you, so you went to Great Lakes, though, for training?
No, I can't think of the name of the place now.
Newport?
No. I can't think of it.
Well, that's all right. Why did you decide to be a corpsman?
I don't know. Just decided I want to be one, I guess. I figured it'd be an easy job. We'd have to go to sea too much.
You were wrong about that, weren't you?
Yeah, sure was.
Because you got ended up.
I'm trying to think of what
remember what state it was in?
No, I can't think of that boot camp area I went to. And,
was it Quantico?
No. It was up in over the cold country up in Rhode Island, off of Rhode Island. What the heck was it? Quonset Point was one point, and there was a torpedo, big torpedo where they made torpedoes. Another station out in Island. I can't think of the name of that town. Oh, Newport, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Newport, yeah.
So, what was your first assignment after being in the Navy?
What?
Your first assignment?
In the Navy?
Yeah.
My first shipboard assignment was the USS Allen, number 66. The oldest ship in commission. And it rocked like a cork in the water. That's why I got off of it. I put into a bid to get off of it. It bobbed around too much.
Now, when did you get assigned to the Marines?
The ship pulled into to pick up fuel in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And we just began to build a Marine Corps up. They needed corpsmen for the Marine Corps, so they asked me if I wanted. They asked if I would let one. There was 3 of us aboard ship. They asked me if I wanted to go to the Marine Corps, and I told them I'd take it. So I volunteered. Biggest mistake I made. Of course, the ship went to Pearl Harbor, so I got off the ship before Pearl Harbor.
Oh, this was before the war? No, this was after the war.
This is before the war.
Oh, you were already enlisted before the war started?
Oh, that? Sure.
Oh, I think
maybe 4 years before the war came in.
So you would have been. So you were in Pearl Harbor, right?
I would have been on a ship. I'd have been on that ship if I'd have stayed on. I'd been to Pearl Harbor. I've been caught in Pearl Harbor. But I didn't go to Pearl Harbor. I got off the ship and didn't go to Pearl Harbor.
Oh, I didn't realize that. All right. Well, I'm gonna talk to you later, Pop.
Okay. Shut
you
up.
wants to go for a walk.
Okay.
I love you. Bye.